start tackling these guys. They're smacking them over.
I think pound for pound, he probably is the best tackler. He's never going to flinch anything, he's never going to step out of the way of anybody.
Tackling for me has always been the biggest part of my competitive streak, I think, that comes out in tackling, because some of the things tackling I do just doesn't do my body any good. Some of the things I try and do are grossly unrealistic. I have this picture in my head of some 20-stone giant heading for me, and I smash him and make him do 2 somersaults, and and everyone cheers. I have these things in my head, and it's never going to happen. In fact, 20-stone guy runs into me, I go flying backwards.
Wouldn't fancy being tackled by him. Mine was Emil Intermac found.
Oh, huge tackle on Intermac. Was that Jonny Wilkinson again? It was indeed. Look at that tackle from Wilkinson.
I see it as a one-on-one challenge. Although he might be thinking, I need to run in here and set the ball up, or I need to run in here. I'm thinking, he's running at me thinking, you're smaller than me, I'm going to run over you. I'm stronger than you. Yeah, I'm going to run right over you. That's what I'm thinking, and that fires me up, and I'm sort of like, no, you're not. You're going to cop it here.
He's always enjoyed the physical side of the game, you know, right from a very young age before he was here, but certainly when he came into the senior game, he's always enjoyed the physical side of the game. He's now developed that in terms of the technical side of his tackling, so he actually really is an offensive tackler. He's not a defensive tackler. He actually goes and meets the opposition and sends them backwards, and Jonny leads the line of any team he plays for extremely well and makes massive hits.
And there are some very big guys out there who don't hit you that hard, whereas Jonny, probably was he 14 stone at the most. I mean, he hits, again, 17, 18 stone, he knocks big guys backwards.
Because it's the same as kicking. You have enormously powerful people, but if you don't channel the power in the right way, you lose most of it through the efficiency of what you're doing. You start in with, you throw 100% at it, you end up only putting 60 into the tackle, because 40 goes somewhere else with your flaying arms or your weak base of your legs, you know, or you don't accelerate into the tackle. You hear stories of people getting injured and the injuries they've suffered and how they've suffered them, and you can't help but feel that could happen to me. Yeah, touch wood, it doesn't, but you do say to yourself that is a possibility, however small. And what you do is you work on your technique, you build yourself up in the gym, and you do as strong as you can to prevent that.
His work is absolutely phenomenal, but Jonny's a very rare person, really, because the quality of his work is top-notch. It really is fantastic. But if you add that to the amount he does as well, the quantity is incredible. I've never known anybody do so much quality work, do it for so long, and without standards dropping at all in any form or fashion. We work an enormous amount on John's strength and power. John is, I would say, without any shadow of a doubt, the strongest number 10 in the world. His strength is absolutely phenomenal. And his strength and muscular endurance around his shoulders and chest, I would say, is that of a world champion cruiserweight boxer. Now, to train like that and to train with an intensity that will allow that physical progression takes an enormous amount of mental toughness. So that's what John's got in abundance, mental toughness.
Well, I think probably one of the best ever defensive fly halves in world rugby. I mean, you know, Liner was a great fly half, but he didn't tackle like Jonny. Hugo Porter, great fly half, didn't tackle like Jonny. Phil Bennett, I mean, different era, Phil Bennett, you know, Barry John, okay, different broken field runners, and that's, you know, there's some very gifted runners, but in defensive terms, I think he's the best there's been.
When I'm out there and I get going, if I do make a big tackle in a game, my mind almost certainly, as I'm getting up, is thinking, oh, I wonder what that looked like on video, to be honest. I always do that. I always think, oh, I'm going to have to watch that one later on. Because that for me is just, that's the most enjoyable thing.